Hi everyone, I'm just going to do a quick walkthrough on the Dropbox desktop application in your Mac. So once you have it downloaded and you're all logged in, you can access Dropbox in a couple of places. So up here in your menu bar, it's going to put a nice little icon for you. When you click on this, you can open your Dropbox folder. So that's one way you can get to your Dropbox folder pretty easily. Another way is in any Finder window. Okay, you're going to see that they've created a favorites for you in Dropbox, and this also takes you to your Dropbox folder. I use it so much that I've also put the Dropbox folder on my desktop as well. Now, in the Dropbox folder, you can see I have a bunch of folders, and you can see the little green check marks. This means that anything in this folder is going to be synced to the cloud, and you can access then all of these folders and files through any web browser and also the iPad app for Dropbox. Now, the way it works is these folders and files exist on your computer. They take up space on your hard drive, but they're also synced into the cloud. Okay, now whatever you do in this, so if I deleted something, then it would delete everywhere. Okay, on every synced computer, and I wouldn't be able to access it on my device or on my computer anymore. Okay, so let's say I had this folder called Techno Lunch, and in it, and I had a bunch of pictures that I wanted to be able to share, back up online, and also access on my iPad. Well, all you have to do is take your folder or your files and drag and drop them into the Dropbox folder. And you can see here there's a little blue icon, and that means that it's syncing your files. You can also see that it's working right up here as well. Okay, if I look inside, you can see all the green check marks, meaning they've already been uploaded, and then this one right here is still working to sync. It's a little bit larger. Now, it is pretty instant. And I just want to show you, I'm going to open up my iPad now. Alright, so here's my iPad screen, and you can see that Dropbox is in my main dock here because I use it so much. So we'll just press on Dropbox and it'll open up right up. And here's my Techno Lunch folder, and you can see all those pictures are there. And in the app you can actually view the pictures just like you can on a slideshow. Now from here, there's lots of things you can do. You can delete the files, and if you actually delete them here, it's going to delete on your computer as well. Okay, so it really wants to make sure that it's wanting to be deleted. Okay, cool thing is you can also search here. Okay, and I'll search through all your files. Now on the top right here, you can get a link where you can email this link if you wanted to share it with somebody. You can also click the star, and what that does is it creates it as a favorite. And it downloads it onto your iPad so that even if you're offline, you can still access it right here. In the top right, you can also save the photos to your video library. Okay, you can go full screen. And what I've done is I've put all my class files here as well. So this is all my files for calculus. So if we're working in chapter 5 and I want to look at, go through section 5.1 notes, okay, here you can see that this is a PDF. And the little arrow in the upper right hand corner allows me to open it in any app I have on my iPad that can deal with PDF files. So I can just choose Notability here, and it opens up in Notability. And then I have the ability to interact with this as well. Okay, now Notability has its own slew of iPad stuff. You can actually write over a PDF and then save it back to your Dropbox. So you just choose your destination as Dropbox, and then you can pick whatever folder you want to put it into. And when you send it to Dropbox, it creates a new folder within that folder with your file in it. Now another cool thing in Notability is if you go back to your home screen, and the little in arrow at the top right allows you to import files straight from your Dropbox. Okay, and you can see it brings up a folder here, and so you're able to choose which file, and notice it'll let you just bring in PDFs. Okay, so it makes it very easy to be able to integrate all the files on your desktop and make them accessible on your iPad as well. Now Notability also has the ability to sync all of your notes over here into Dropbox automatically. So if you create a new note in Notability, it automatically will put it in Dropbox, so you don't have to worry about losing it even if you lose your iPad or your iPad blows up or whatever. It'll save all your notes. So you just hit the little gear down here, and then just click on the auto sync right here, and then choose auto sync to Dropbox. And then you can pick a folder where you want it to sync everything. So I just made a folder called Notability, and it just syncs everything right in there. So you can see all of these folders mirror all the folders that I have in my Notability. Okay, and then you just click Sync to Notability, and now you can choose how you want to sync all your files. You can either choose to sync them as the actual notes that you can open up in Notability. You can save them as RTF, PDF, PDF plus recording. So it just depends what type of backup file you would like. So I just sync them as notes so that they're accessible and keep all my formatting and everything exactly as is, because you can always send a PDF by itself as well. Okay, and then just click Done, and you can see that it's auto syncing right there. So that's one thing I love about Dropbox, is there's a lot of functionality between lots of different apps on your iPad that can actually auto sync right to the Dropbox folder. Okay, now let's say you didn't want to actually move all of your folders into your Dropbox folder to actually have them be accessible. Well, you'll notice down here I still have my calculus folder and my contemporary math folder. And what you want to do here is create aliases of any folder that you want to keep in any specific place. So just open up your Dropbox folder, and let's get this Techno lunch folder. I want to keep that on my actual desktop. So you're just going to right click on it and then go down to Make Alias. And it says Techno lunch alias. And what you want to do then is just drag that out of your Dropbox folder so it doesn't sync. Okay, and now this folder is going to mirror the Techno Lunch folder in your Dropbox. Okay, and you could rename it if you don't like seeing the word alias there. It doesn't matter. Okay, so I can see that this folder and this folder now are exactly the same. And if I delete a file in here, it also deletes in my Dropbox. Okay, so that's a way that you can get all your files and folders that you want into your Dropbox, but you can actually leave the folders on your computer wherever you want. Alright, now there's also a web application for dealing with your Dropbox files. Just go to dropbox.com, and you'll need to sign in. And it basically gives you a listing of all your folders and files that are in your Dropbox folder on your desktop. And so you can access them online, okay, through any web browser. Now here you can also share a folder, and you can share an entire folder with anybody. And so what would happen then is once you share this folder would also sync to their Dropbox on their iPad or on their computer as well. Okay, but please note any changes that this person would make in that folder would also be reflected in the folder on your computer. So be very careful who you're sharing your folders with, and I would suggest not sharing folders with students for that very reason. Now when you first start up Dropbox, it does put a couple folders for you already. There's a Photos folder, and this is where you can create photo albums. So you can just kind of look here, and basically it shares all of this, and it creates a public gallery. So you could actually copy this public gallery link and then share it with somebody so that they can view your folders. So I'm going to copy that link, and then you could send it to somebody, and they can open it up in their browser and they can see the gallery. So this is my sister-in-law at her wedding. Okay, there's also a public folder that they give you, and this is a folder that makes everything public and shareable. And so if you look here, you can create other folders inside it, and if you right click and go to Dropbox, then you can copy the public link. Okay, and if you copy and paste that into the browser, it's going to either download the file, or if your browser can view it, it will view it as well. So that's how you can share files either with coworkers or students without them being able to actually delete them out of your Dropbox account. Alright, so that's a little bit about Dropbox and how it works. There's plenty of other information on their website, so just check it out there.